That's
just
the
on the YouTube comments.
Rating.
That's just in the YouTube comments, boss. As the more you interact, the more you get points. Super chat gets you, I think, 50 points a chat or something like that. So, you just go ahead and keep on chatting. The more you chat, the higher you rank.
More points you get, and then you have to you get a tattoo from Emilio on your
right.
Butt. Now, in terms of the super chats, it can be a little tricky because I think they set it up this way for a reason. If someone just came in and they dropped a big spot like a 20 spot, that doesn't shoot you to the top. I think
right. I think it's per super chat, right?
Per super chat. So what that means is if you're thinking I'll drop $10 to be the MVP tonight, spread that thing out, maybe $2 super chats. You know what I mean? That'll get you up the rankings. But it's just a way to highlight people who are very, very active in the chat, and also you get a little bonus there for super chat. So it keeps up with XP is what it does. And right now the top fans in the chat is H.E. Solder running away with it at 350 XP, then Bates at 150, and then you got John Johnson, the Boz, you've got Andy Watkins, Braden Fielding, a bunch of people. Like the next 15 are all at 75 XP. So right now Solder running away with it. So
good to have you back, Boz, by the way.
Yeah.
Been away for a bit, but still PTA royalty for sure.
He said I need to take a break from Clayton's accent. I can't. I'm losing IQ over here.
So. Bates also highlights a good point. He says it resets every live show too as well. And Holmes was saying, the super chats are escalators. So good points there.
I love how y'all understand how this works better than me, the host. It's hilarious. So that's no surprise, though, right? All right, y'all ready to do some chalk talk? Evan Williams, you want to dive into the tape a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So we always give this disclaimer, guys, that at any point the stream could go down when we do these chalk talks. Okay. Just keep in mind, we will have it up later, all right? So if you guys want to just go watch the video later, you can do that. However, we're going to stay live. If the stream goes down, while we're talking here, then we're going to stay live on X and on Rumble, okay? So you can just hop over there if you want to continue to watch it live. AFAM's mom in the chat says, I ran over my neighbor's cat. Ugh, sorry I'm late.
Hey, plus side, she got dinner, though.
There you go.
That's terrible.
Right. Let's jump into it, boys. Evan Williams tape. Listen, the main thing, two things I want people to understand while we're doing this is, boss says, damn, she's hot, is where are they aligning? What are they asking him to do, right? That's the main thing you want to – it's great that he buzzes down and makes these tackles. It's great that he's, attacking the football and helping in the run game and all this stuff, breaking all balls, breaking passes up. But the main thing is what are they asking him to do as a rookie, right? And I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed here. So right here, they're showing kind of a too-high look, if you can see, right? You've got basically two safeties deep here on the screen. So he's showing deep safety there, and you see the red circle. And as we roll the tape here, if it will roll, we may have a technical difficulty here.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
This ain't good at all.
The super's down.
What's that?
Said the super's down. Good job, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks, Jacob. Let me try it one more time here.
Why do I get the strap, man?
I got some advice for y'all. Take 2 weeks off, then quit.
My hamster is on speed, man. He's going hard. Mine's going good.
I think I know what happened. I've got a folder now created with all the chalk talks in it. So I think I had moved it to a folder before or after I had already loaded it up. And that's why here we go. Now we're going to go, man. I can't wait to you guys to watch this dude buzz down in the box. Man, he does not play like a rookie. Like, he did not play like a rookie at all. And you just see how comfortable he looks on the field. So here he is in that shell look, right? They're showing kind of a too-high shell. Now watch him buzz down in the box at the last six. So as a quarterback, you go to the line of scrimmage, you gather information, right? And you're thinking, okay, too high. They're in a too high look. They're in a shell look, right? Look, right as the ball snap, get him break in. Jim attack the football through two blockers, shoves that dude off to the side, comes in and cleans it up with Quay.
That's why Quay was able to make a play there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again,
that's all he will charging right there. Bang.
Yeah.
Somebody forgot about Quay because they had to worry about Williams.
Yeah. Again, just look how he navigates through traffic. Good balance, right? Like it's like the game is not too big for him.
Do you think that motion was his man? That's why he went. That's why he spurred so fast. Like he went with the motion coming across.
That's a good point.
Yep. And again, that's something like, you know how easy it would be. You can still see he tries to hold his water till the very end, right? Like he doesn't want to tip it. But here's the thing, though, Emilio. If it is man coverage right there,
he wants to get on him. He doesn't want that swing pass to happen fast or whatever, even if it was a jet sweep or whatnot.
Let's see if everybody else is in man. Let's watch everybody else around. I don't know, man. I don't know if they were in man or not there, Emilio. Now he could have been just playing that curl flat, right? That his responsibility could have been here, and this guy's just going to drop into the hook curl while he attacks the curl flat. That could have been the case there as well. But nonetheless, though, man, my man is fighting. There's definitely man coverage up top. So yeah, you're probably right, Emilio.
I think Bull just kind of sat a little bit and was looking inside, and when his man went and blocked down immediately, he said, "All right, screw it. I'm just gonna flush this thing out, make sure he doesn't get outside of me."
Right.
I think what's more impressive is that he decides so fast and takes such an angle that you watch both the pulling tight end and the offensive lineman. They're like, are you getting him? I can't get him. Are you getting him? And then he splits between the two of them, and they both look at each other like, oh man.
Yeah, no, that's a great play. So again, there you see him attacking the run, right? From a shell position, a too high look, right? Now let's move it along. So he's off screen here, okay? So he's actually off the screen here playing deep again, and it's probably a deep too high look there as well. Watch him fly down on this ball and make a play. You're just going to see him fly into the picture at the last second, and watch him punch this ball out for the fumble. Look. Bang, ball out. And again, when you watch him attack the football, watch him throw this punch. Look at his right hand. Bang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And look at the difference between him and Ja. Ja just going to kind of put a little shoulder in there.
Not even.
Evans coming in there like Muhammad Ali, sucker punching that ball. Bang.
I think that's credit to Jeff Hafley in this defense about playing the ball all the time. Go for the ball.
That's the truth. I mean, look at Ja's left arm. He doesn't even wrap. It's just, let me throw the outside shoulder as I'm bending in to try to take out your hip. You're taught stick. The first guy's got to stick him up. The second dude punches out, right? The second and third guy, they're trying to rip that ball out. But man, I mean, you could have at least tried to wrap up the thigh or something, Ja.
Right, and the other thing too is like, think of the stark contrast between Carrington Valentine's tape where we showed you guys the other day him coming in and making tackles on the run and attacking the smoke screens, and then you see that's the difference between him and Ja, right? Ja's a much better cover corner. I guarantee you that at this point in Carrington's career. But Carrington's willing to stick his nose in there. Evan Williams, though, man, he's fearless. That don't look like a rookie right there.
Did you see Quay crank out his fist too, Tim? I mean, my man was about ready.
He was ready.
Rally to the ball, right? Play the ball, not the man, right?
Let's slow it down. I think this is Quay right here, right?
Yeah, no, watch. He loads up for a haymaker, then stops and throws a quick jab. Watch right there.
And a kidney punch. Gotta love it.
But I think that's a great point, though. Like you said, I don't think maybe other than a handful of times last year did Williams look like a rookie. I think once we got past week 5, 6, into that point of the season, he started to look like he belonged, and that's why we're so excited for year 2 with him.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move along to the next play. Feel free to read those chats. I can't see them because
Bates says Quay had it cock locked and ready to rock on that one.
There you go. You heard it from a fan right here. So, all right, here we are again. You see him in the red circle. So they're doing a double A gap mug. When you guys hear us talk about that,
coffee house,
what we're talking about here, you see the backers are mugging the A gap, right? They call it a double barrel or a double A mug.
Could have swore Matt said that in one of his interviews or something. They call it coffee house when they have that double mug.
Is that right? And notice this too, guys. There's only one guy with his hand in the dirt. Everyone else is standing.
Is that Preston? Yeah. Poor Preston.
Yeah. Preston said, I'm too old. I might have been over here and get a run and go here. So they're showing a double A gap mug. Here's the question. Are they going to drop them out, right? That's what's going to come down to. We did that a lot last year. We'll show blitzing bringing 6 or 7, and then we actually only bring 4, right? But notice Evan Williams, they're kind of on that flat line on the backside. So here we got what we call it's not really a smoke screen. It's just kind of a flat. It's not really a bubble. Usually a bubble will kind of bend backwards on a screen, but they're setting up these blockers, right? And the goal is take the 2 outside guys and let this tight end or whoever it is get on the outside because Evan Williams can't make that play. You know what I mean? He can't go all the way around and make that tackle. You see what I'm saying? Watch Evan Williams. Look at him attack this football. Still gets
the guy
jeez.
And who was that battling up there? Who was that smaller?
Quay. Or I'm sorry,
Oh,
that's
it's
Cooper.
Keyshawn. Look at Keyshawn.
Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Emilio?
Here's the guy.
I was looking at Cooper on the running back over there on the top of the.
Yeah. That's just great complimentary football right there. Seriously, like Keyshawn attacks his guy, takes him to the ground. Cooper with a swim move there, right? That's 2 rookies right there. 2 rookies making that play. I love that Edgerrin Cooper got flexed out because they took the T out there. And he's like, no problem. I'll cover this guy one-on-one. No problem at all. So they actually started to bring the blitz, but they dropped Carl Brooks in the coverage. You see it, 94 drop underneath. But again,
I love the chase. I love that everybody. Look how many guys are running to the football there at the end of the play. I mean, they're not giving up 1, 2, and just it's a mentality. The fact that you got 8 dudes running to the ball.
No, that's a great point, man. Big hog mollies too, man. So there you go. You see him attacking the screen pass underneath. Evan Williams making the tackle there. Again, Keyshawn Nixon, great rep. Edgerrin Cooper, great rep. Everybody recognized their role, getting there and blow that thing up. All right, so now you got him playing a little post safety, right? When we say post, guys, this is what we're talking about right here. Playing deep center field, okay? And with Hafley's defense, the majority of it is a cover 6, cover 3 type zone defense. So it's deep third if it was a cover 3 and not a true cover 6. So how many – what's the hat count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's all 11 players, right? So they're showing a 3 deep look here, right? A single high look, I say, middle field close. But look where he's going. Remember the article we just read and how we talked about how he disguises that look, right? This is what we're talking about as a rookie. Look how he disguised that. I mean, he's even leaning on his left foot as the ball snapped, right? Like almost like, hey, I'm going to be bending over here like a cover 6 look. Nope. Attack the outside. So he's got curl flat responsibilities. Bang.
And I love how decisive he is too, right? Once the ball snapped, he's just going. He's on a line. He's going, look, let me stutter, get out of the way, make a play on the ball.
Plus, you watch the quarterback's eyes, because there's a chance where if that other receiver slips out right there, he's wide open. But he's already seeing that the quarterback's locked in on that little out route there.
Yep. And if he doesn't stutter there and gets chipped, we're in trouble. See, right there, he just drags and gets to his man. I love it.
Is that cover 2 invert or something? I mean, do you see Zane Anderson stalking
deep.
at the line and just beelining it back to center field?
Yeah, and what Emilio's talking about is he's mugging the line, and then Zane Anderson drops back, right? Xavier McKinney got an interception doing that last year. I want to say it was against Jacksonville. I could be wrong. But, yeah, so let's see if we can determine what this play is. So, obviously, we know where our boy goes here. He goes curl flat, right? And you got Tyron Hopper showing blitz, but he's going to drop into hook curl. All right. I think what we've got here is Zane Anderson's covered deep third. So
maybe they mugged him. Maybe they just inverted that. They inverted the center third.
Yep. That's what it looks like. And he's just going to put his numbers to the line of scrimmage and get back, right? And you see where he's looking for work. He's looking for the 2 or the 3 if they're in a trip set, right? Because he knows that's going to be the vertical presence here. So they get a stack look out here. So what you're going to notice with Zane Anderson, he's showing blitz, and as he drops, he's going to lock on here. Whether it's the 1 or the 2 that goes vert, he knows if and then. If he goes vertical, then it becomes man coverage. That's that zone match type look. So that's what he's looking at because he knows our Evan Williams is dropping down. That's a great eye, Emilio. So Zane Anderson dropping deep. I'm pretty sure deep third, curl flat, hook curl. Probably got a hook curl right here with Eric Wilson as well.
Hey, who's that to Zane's left there? Is that Debo lined up off sides? He ain't worried about him.
Is that, would you consider that a form of like a robber formation, Clayton? Or how would you, like when you have that disguise and then one guy that's seemingly almost on the line of scrimmage drops back as they do that switch?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind for me would be a spur drop. So it's a cover 3 spur drop because he's playing spur safety. It's what you call spur, that box safety. That's kind of a college term. Other people call it, they call it all kinds of different things depending on what coaching staff you're working with. But yeah, I would call it like a spur drop because he's going to drop into 3, right? So when you talk about, did you say robber? Is that what you said, Jake?
Yeah.
So with robber is typically when you've got a 2 high look with the safeties. So let's say Zane, forget Zane's right here right now. And let's say that Zane is actually right here and you got a 2 high look, okay? Whichever safety goes to the middle of the field underneath. And typically, like with a cover one, you've got a robber where the safety will come down and rob in the middle, and you've got the safety that's playing post or center field, right?
Gotcha.
Now, if you've got that same safety, again, pretend like he's not there, and let's say he's lined up here, okay? If he's just going to play like a hook curl, like he's just going to come down here and play hook curl, and this guy's going to, cover deep or whatever, then that's just going to be your hook curl. It's going to be what we call buzz, right? Cover 3 buzz. But yeah, so robber
That's
is
straight
when
B's. They called me Buzz.
that's right. Robber is when the safety comes down and covers the mid zone in a man coverage situation, right? Drop is when a backer drops out. So let's say that safety is in that spot and they're in a cover one man. Let's say that we're playing cover one drop. Then this safety would have this man coverage here. And what's going to happen is one of these backers would play hole. That's what you call cover one hole. And then that safety would be covered deep. So you got a mid zone underneath, a single zone over the top, everyone's man coverage across the board. Typically, you get a 4-man rush unless a running back staying in, and then that turns into a green dog blitz for the backer that's man coverage on the running back. So that answer your question, Jacob?
Yeah, completely.
Good deal. So again, Evan Williams breaking on the curl flat, and I just love that he stops the play. I think this was a 3rd down, if I remember correctly, too. Like, look at the sticks. Look at where our boy got to and made the play. And keep in mind, he was playing deep safety, right? So great play, heck of a play there. That's that anticipation we're talking about. He doesn't play like a rookie. So here he is showing a deep look here, right? And let's see how this play unfolds. Now they do a little bit of orbit motion there, right? Trying to get a little trickery. Let's see what happens there. Evan flat-footed, keying in, going to fake the pass or fake the handoff, right? And I think what they're doing is setting up this reverse now, right? Look at Evan Williams already. Look at the lean on his body.
Yep, he ain't falling for it.
Look, now watch this. It'd be real easy just to play out of control, right? Watch him right here. Look at him dip under that block, right? Again, playing with good balance, playing with good leverage. Dips under that block.
Quay made a good play there too.
Bang.
Yep. Except at the end when he.
Yes, I know.
But luckily Williams is here. Look at whoops, bang.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoops.
Love it.
Great job. Just attacking the reverse. And
Turn
again,
it back inside.
we're not used to this with safety play. Go ahead, Emilio.
No, I was just saying, turning back inside. I know Quay kind of slipped there a little bit, but you have hats to the ball on the inside numbers, and yeah,
Bullard.
Yep, exactly. And Evan Williams just decided don't even mess with getting your hand. If that old lineman gets your hands on you, it's over. Just get right by him, keep moving forward.
Was that Devontae Wyatt flying out there? Who is that? 95 or 96 at the end here?
That's
Coming over.
96.
That's a good question, Tim. I think it's 96. It might be 95. I'm trying to see here. Look, I think it is Wyatt. I could be wrong, but look, I love how he hits to it.
He smokes him.
Hey, never miss out on an opportunity to just smack a quarterback right in the rib cage. You know what I mean? Just hit him there.
Speaks to Emilio's point about everybody rallying again to the ball. We had the head count one.
Yeah.
And
If
look
you guys,
I mean, you got 5 green jerseys around one ball carrier.
yeah,
That's all
Look
you
at
need.
Keyshawn Nixon on the outside too. Watch how he does not let them get to the sideline. Watch, he's going to straight arm. See him now. Look,
Yep.
outside shoulder. He
Nice.
knows where his gap is.
See, and those are the things that are important to point out because nobody sees that. Nobody
You're
ever
talking
talks
Bull,
about
right?
those kind of things.
No. Look behind him. That's what I was thinking because I'm watching Bull, and you can watch him. He does a great job. Watch Quay. He does a great job. Drop back that bottom player there. That's Keyshawn throwing
Yeah,
Dude,
that.
they
in.
both did it. That's got to be a Hafley or a DA teaching point or whatever. I mean, that's
Yep.
what they want them to do. Outside hand, obviously, and your inside hand stick, extend, and then outside hand free.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Emilio. Bullard
That's
Bullard
two
played
perfect
very
reps from both of them. Both of them have the extension. It just happened a second after each other.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is what we're looking at right here, guys. Watch both these defenders right here. They know they've got to play outside half of the blocker, right?
Yep.
Got to seal. This is their responsibility out here. If this thing gets cut back for 6, it ain't on them. You got to
Right.
cover your spot, right? And Bullard, yeah.
And to your point, circle Zay McDuffie and circle Xavier McKinney on that play. That's why they're able to, play with that confidence because if it gets cut back inside, we got numbers there too, like Emilio
Heck,
was
even
saying.
Stokes is there for Lord's sake.
Right. That's weird.
Here's the guy.
All right, so here's a good look right here. So they're coming out in a tray right look again. So that's 3 targets to the right, one of which is the Y. If it was all wide receivers, then it would be trips because there's a tight end attack or a tight end as a part of those three. That's what we refer to as tray. And to me, this looks like man coverage, right? This looks like it's man. This is just pre-snap. It doesn't mean it is man, right? And now you're seeing the post safety, right, playing deep. So that's what it looks like, which means you probably got a hole underneath as well. And then you probably got man here. That's at least what they're showing pre-snap. Now let's clear the board. Let's watch Evan Williams on this snap. So he's kind of got that tight end, right? Look at this. He's got to go all the way across the formation. Yeah, so you see Quay. Quay's playing hole, right? Everybody else is man coverage, it looks like. But watch Evan Williams come all the way across the formation. Now he's playing Robert, Jacob. You see it?
Yep.
So, and here's the thing, too. With Hafley, I noticed this last year. It's almost like once they cross the face, all right, Quay, this becomes man for you now. Now you cover the hole because you've got better leverage. It's almost like they interact that way. But
it's like
again,
you were talking about last year, if and then, right?
Absolutely. So it looks like it's man coverage across the board. Evan's going to settle down in the middle of the field. So notice, Evan, let's take it back a couple frames. So he's kind of looking at the Y. And once the Y crosses, Quay's got him now. So watch Evan is going to square up, read the quarterback's eyes, and now he's going to go looking for work. Bang.
This is a great example of doesn't look like a rookie. This
Remember
does
the
not
article,
look like a rookie.
FBI, right, Tim?
Yep.
That's it right there. Just being able to not panic, read and react, read what they're trying to accomplish here.
And knowing that he doesn't need to light him up. He doesn't need to Vontae's perfect him or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It doesn't give him the
Play
Antonio
ball,
Brown.
man. Yep.
Exactly. He knows that him just doing his assignment, he doesn't even have to lower his shoulder that much. There's no way there's a catch there. It's just not.
Yeah.
I just think it's a great testament to his ability, like to be working right like that.
He still laid him out.
I know. And he did it legally, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a great.
You could see Quay with the wave too. Did you see that?
Yep.
The left.
Yep.
Watch Quay's left arm. He's telling him right here. Watch.
Yep.
Look, go.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it. So it's almost like as they cross the face, hey, you pick him up now. It's man coverage, but it's almost like there's a match principle. If and then, right? If he crosses Evan's face, then it becomes man coverage for Quay Walker.
Yep.
So,
and again, his strong suit, right? We know Quay is one of our better cover backers.
Yeah, it really is, man. Especially in like over the top space, right? Yep. Attacking the flats, he doesn't seem as comfortable attacking the flats. But,
you know where I think if Quay can become like Tim just pointed out, that subtle we talk about communication, how it's so underrated. If you can do it mid play, like when the play starts, if these guys can be yelling, pointing, and shouting at each other, that shows what can happen in a split second. You can make that difference in that play.
I would love to see Quay become what X is to the safety room.
Right.
I would love to see Quay become that to the linebacker room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. So here we're showing a shell look. Now, obviously, we're inside the 5, inside the 5 here with the Rams. Evan, the way it looks right here, to me, this looks like man coverage on the Y, right? You probably got man coverage here. You probably got a little spy right here looking for the quarterback to scramble. I imagine that you've got man here, and McKinney's just going to kind of read the quarterback and go looking for work, right? That's what it looks like. So key in on Evan Williams. Let's see what they do with the Y motions. So look at Evan. He's going to come with him, right? That's man coverage. I love this. Look, they start outside. You see everybody how this, Evan's target kind of busts outside. They're trying to create havoc here underneath and make these 3 defenders kind of run into each other. But watch Evan down here. Evan holds his water, right? Going to cut it back in. A little bit of contact, but look, a little subtle wrap all over that dude. When you look at that play and to think he makes that play right here when pre-snap, from the offense's perspective, he was playing right safety deep in that shell look, that pre-snap shell. Hell of a play right there. And again, this is down in the red zone, man.
I like the little game. Bullard. Yep. You see the left hand. Watch Williams' left hand here. Right there. See it?
Very subtle, right?
Very subtle. And AFAM will love this one. Props to the officials for not throwing a flag there.
You know what I like, though, is watch Bullard and watch how he doesn't give up on the play and how the guy that he's passing him off to doesn't either, like that. And then you look at Nixon. That, to me, was that's a great – all 3 cornerbacks right there.
Yeah. And Quay does a great job in the middle, playing that little drop spy. Watch him. He tightens that. He's going to tighten that throwing window up big time. Look at Quay right in the middle. Watch him. Gonna drop, get a little depth. All right.
Yep.
Just a difficult throw, right?
Yeah, what's that? Cover one man with the QB spy, or maybe a little drop for Quay, and
Yeah,
you
it's
have
like
X. You have X kind of sitting over top, covering any high crossers. You got Quay sitting there,
Yeah.
and he pushes them back too, even with his drop. So I just really great all around down, and having the faith to have everybody in man down there.
Mm-hmm. So what you've got is basically man coverage, right there, and then like you were saying, Emilio, it's cover one drop, but this drop has got a spy built in as well. So you're spying the QB and then get depth, reading the quarterback's eyes. That's exactly what that is.
And that drop forces that crosser to go, and he gets pushed back. He gets pushed back with Quay drop, and he gets pushed back with X's drop as well. That guy's fighting to get to the corner.
Yeah, and again, look at our boy. Like there's not a whole lot of room. Like look at the space between his hand and the receiver's hands. Right.
Yep.
Great job.
And again, the subtle left hand. Gotta love it.
Veteran top player out there.
Yep.
All right, so here we are again. He's playing a little deep safety. He's kind of leaning on the right hash from the defense's perspective. But let's see what happens here. Any motion? Surely it's motion. It's the Rams, right? No motion? No motion. The suspense is killing me. Oh, it's Quay blitzing? Or is this going to be Sugar, boys? Might be
You
a
never
little
know.
Sugar.
That's why we love him.
He's coming.
Oh, he's going.
So a little play action. They pulled a guard, too, to candy it up a bit. So look at our boy. Look at our boy Evan back here, right? X is down playing spur this time. Remember what we said in the article? The fact that he's a rookie and Hafley trusts him enough to play post safety or in the spur or the robber role, right? Now look at him here. He's got to pick up the 3. He's eyeing the 3 right now, right? The 2 or the 3. It might just be a 2 over there. It looks like it's a 2. So he's eyeing him, but he's also got to be aware of this because he's the deep safety. He knows the fact that it's almost like a cover one man drop type look here, whether it's zone principle or not. He knows he's got to cover deep seam. So Carrington's playing with the proper outside leverage outside of him, funneling it towards Evan Williams. Let's see how this unfolds. So he's getting conflicted right here, right? So he's got 2 targets the ball could go to, here or here. And look how Evan just kind of holds on tight. Doesn't really panic. Waits for the ball to be thrown. Look where the ball's thrown. Look at him. Look. Now watch him close right here. This ball is going to this receiver right here. Look at all this separation.
That's
right?
5 yards. That's an easy 5 yards.
And watch Evan close. Watch him attack.
Wow.
Right. Impressive, man. That's a true post safety right there, man. You know, and if you were to ask me, Clayton, what is Evan Williams' strength? Playing spur, playing down in the box. And then you see him do this as the post safety.
Yeah.
Dude, who is that in the middle of the field? Is that LVN? Right by the 39 there.
I think that is, isn't it?
Because LVN takes away the under.
Yeah.
He took away. That was another
Yeah,
look.
that is.
That was
it's gonna
another look underneath that he
This
took
is
away.
perfect.
That's
So this
LVN.
this is what we talk about 90 drop, right? So Quay's going to blitz. They're rushing, right? Everybody's rushing. Sorry. I had to do it. And then you got our boy LVN's going to drop. So we call this 90 drop.
Look, picking up right where Preston Smith left off, right? Drop back into coverage.
No,
Let's
Tim,
go.
no.
Oh.
Joe Barry is the only defensive coordinator that lets edge defenders drop into coverage, sir. Stop it now. Let's see how many actually fire on this. I think they brung 5. Let's see what Cooper does. That's going to tell the story right here. Let's see if Cooper sugars and drops or if he actually blitzes. Let's see here. I love the suspense. He's dropping. See? So he's playing coverage.
And you can do that because this is the only game we got to see him and Quay on the field at the same time.
Wow.
This is the perfect example of how people on the freaking radio drove me insane. They're still doing it to this day on Sports Talk going, yeah, you had to blitz heavy because your 4 rushers couldn't hit home. They don't
Idiot.
have 2 brain cells to rub together to realize, guys, that's not a blitz. We only brung 4. You drop 90 and you drop 56. Just because you mugged, it's mind-boggling to me. So
look at the Lukeness monster in coverage, backpedaling. Look at taking away that underneath.
I love that he kind of held his own underneath, right?
He sure did, man. Looking like a corner.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Clay, what do you, in your opinion, does Javon Bullard here, is he supposed to shoot out to get the flat there? And then Keyshawn Nixon is supposed to have that kind of deep coverage? Because it looks like, right, there's Bullard. Yep.
Yeah, let's roll it.
He's got
curl flat. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, it looks a little weird because there's nobody attacking the flat. And that's what I love about
Right.
half of the defense. It's go find work. So he's kind of getting a little depth here in case this guy wants to run an out route or something, because he's got to play. Is that Keyshawn up top?
That's
Is that right?
I think Keyshawn actually made a great play too for him recovering.
So he's got to play over the top, right? So I'm going to say fire.
Greg Rice, fire half.
All I could see was FIREH. I'm like, I knew what they were saying. So yeah, he had curl flat right there, Jacob, for sure.
That's cover 3, right? That's
Yeah, that's
got to be
definitely
covered.
cover.
You got cover 3. You got all the hooks underneath, and then you have that drop is just LVN switching out for a backer.
Here, and then like you said, LVN dropping out, and then you got Edgerrin Cooper with showing blitz, and he's covering curl flat the same as our boy Bullard on this side. So that's what you would call cover 3. So, very, very good play again. I love we're breaking out Evan Williams tape, but we're seeing other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other avenues here. Pretty cool. Another great play there. All right. So here he is showing post safety again, right? So where is our boy Xavier McKinney? Is he on the field right now? We're showing two high shell right here. Let's see if he's sugaring. Let's see if he sinks into the box here. Yep. See Evan already eyeing. That's your robber you're talking about, Jacob. See how he's just going to go flat footed? Yep. He's looking for one of these guys to run across her and him just jump underneath, right? And our boy Xavier McKinney already dropped deep. So this looks like it's probably it looks like man, don't it, Emilio? That's definitely man.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
So that's cover 1 robber is what you would call that. 4-man rush, cover 1 robber. See where he goes with the football. Look at Evan. Bang. That was incomplete, by the way. It looks like a completion there, but the actual call on the field, the ball did hit the ground.
And I wonder why, because somebody got their hand up in there again.
Yeah. Bang.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I love how he's looking to the right, comes back, looks for work, reads the quarterback, makes the play. Yeah, beautiful play. All right, moving along. We're almost out of time here. We'll try to go rapid fire, boys. I could watch this stuff all night.
Great job by Williams again. One more time on that play, considering that our boy Stokes got cooked once again.
So here we're showing shell coverage again, right? Too high deep. Watch last second. Remember what the article said? Look at him just slowly creeping in now. We're going to creep in. Now he might be man coverage. Could be. Let's see. They're going to run a little switch concept underneath. Look at Evan. Fighting through it. Gave it a little, almost like a little stick knot or something. Look at Evan fighting through the ball.
Nice
Another
hand.
great play.
Yeah,
He's a hell of a player. He can play. He can cover. Go ahead, Emilio.
That one was cover 1 man, bringing the backer though. So you're man up. Everybody's man up. You only have one dude covering the top there. X. Everybody else is coming. Obviously, you still have that little bit of touch spy there. With I think it was Wyatt. But I do love that he's switching it up. Right. We saw cover 1 with a spy earlier. Now we're seeing cover 1 with a backer blitz. Yep. And it's not all the same, but having the trust in your guys to be able to run this man.
Yeah, and this would be, and what they did was they went 11 personnel and they emptied out the backfield. You notice the running backs right here, right? There's your tight end. Strong side of the formation's left. So that makes Edgerrin Cooper your Mike, and that would make Quay your Will. Okay, so what Emilio's talking about, this is a true cover 1. We call this cover 1 mock fire. All right, and what that means is you've got one deep, everyone else is man coverage. They're going to handle the switch. They may switch off depending on the switch concept and how it releases. Quay is manned up on the running back. You got man here, and then your mock is going to fire. The reason it's the mock is in a nickel 4-2-5, right? The mock is always on the strong side of the formation. Okay, the will is on the weak side of the formation. So that makes Quay the will. That makes Edgerrin Cooper the mock on this play, and it's a cover 1 mock fire. Good eye, Emilio. Great eye there.
And again, great job by Williams. Is that Hawkinson that he just broke that pass up on?
Yep.
No,
I don't know who their tight end is, to be honest with you.
that'd be Higbee.
Okay, Higbee. Okay, so in other words, our safety against the tight end, and he's playing big boy physical football.
And
I think that's one attribute of Evan Williams' game that doesn't get enough respect is the physicality that he brings as a safety.
Remember what the article said, too. It said Hafley trusted him to play post safety. He trusted him to play in the box, and he also trusted him to man cover tight ends. There's a perfect example right there.
Yep.
Really, because, I mean, look at poor Eric Stokes up there on the 30. I mean, he gets turned around. And
yeah, Quay had better coverage in the flat.
Seriously.
And honestly,
Quay drops that shoulder too to like, all right, you want to rub here, buddy?
Yeah.
Put it right that shoulder right in his face.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Georgia Bulldogs. How you like it?
Yeah. Obviously, like you said, Clay, we're watching Evan Williams here, but as we're watching this, you see other players. Like I'm more impressed with Keyshawn Nixon
I know
in
it.
certain
Yeah.
situations. You watch him here; he takes Tutu Atwell coming across his face in a 3 wide receiver set. He runs with him. He gets a little handsy, but I think that's good contact.
This is what we were talking about. I don't think any of us were prepared that Keyshawn was going to play as well as he did on the boundary last year. We thought strictly maybe special team or slot guy. He proved that he can play on the outside.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I must have been drunk when I drew the circle. Let's see if he ends up there. I don't know. Might be there's some motion. Okay, so I did all right.
There you go.
That was the point. Right?
There's a guy.
So again, they motioned over, didn't they, Emilio? So this is looking like it's setting up like man coverage. You see Xavier. God, McKinney is so valuable. Look at him directing traffic, right? Letting him know. All right, just go ahead and pick him up. It looks like it's going to be cover 1. Nobody drops, so you're actually blitzing here. Okay?
Cover 1 linebacker fire.
1, yep. 2.
We're bringing 6
4,
actually.
5, 6. Yep, we're blitzing 6.
So
right?
you're
But we're hat on a hat all the way back then.
Yep.
And then
So
you got
it probably was man, and whoever was covering the tight end. If the tight end stays, I'm going right. So you're not going to waste a spot sitting out in the field if you have your guy sitting in there blocking.
Yeah. So Evan Williams is manned up right there. Okay. Look at that. That's good coverage, boys. Stripe for stripe with him.
It all goes back to that freeze frame, that initial freeze frame. Look at right here. Like if you see his body position as he comes out of the break, right here. Look at him, squared up. There's no way he's getting beat there.
Right. And he knows he's got help in the middle too, so he could turn his back to it. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
So, there you go.
Must be nice to play with a guy like Xavier McKinney behind you, right?
Yeah, it makes it look easy for sure. Here we are against the Bears. So now it looks like X is rotating down. You see him rotating down, and now what did the article talk about? He played some post safety as well, right? So now you've got Evan Williams kind of staying deep. They're blitzing. Look at this blitz, boys.
X gonna give it to you.
This is 0, baby. This is cover 0, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're bringing 7 right here, and everybody else is man coverage, right?
Look at our boys, though. Look at the white jerseys. Hat for a hat, baby. Nobody's getting beat.
Watch how quick Evan Williams closes right here. This is insane. Just watch Evan Williams. Watch this. Ball snap. We're at 75%. It looks fast. Watch this. Look at him break.
Yeah.
All over it.
Yeah.
And he gave us a bad throw by Caleb. Imagine that, right?
What else is new?
Threw a heater in there, high and behind him.
It's okay. He found his mom in the stands after this play.
He slipped off his nail polish,
Didn't even look right. I mean,
No.
the man, you had your running back. You know when you're hot, you got an outlet. Just turn to the right and flick it to the running back. Literally nobody covers him.
That's a 20-yard scramble by Swift, right? Just untouched, and he doesn't even look his way. But he's a generational talent, guys.
Right. So when you read cover 0, if you can't hit a home run, and you can't because they're playing too soft, you can't just take a deep shot. It's not like they're playing press. All right, get a good strong release, chuck it over the top, chuck and duck type thing. No, you check it down. That's what you're talking about, right, Emilio?
Yep.
And watch him. Let's see if he checks it down. He knows where the answer is. Doesn't even look at it. This dude is butt naked in the trailer park.
I like
honestly, it's probably a bust, more or less. Like whoever was covering the running back committed too much to the blitz.
Look,
I mean,
he's
if it was
gone,
quick.
dude. He's gone if he catches that
Yeah.
ball almost.
First of
Thank
all, that's
God
on
Caleb
Bullard,
Williams.
right?
I
Look
think
at
it's
Bullard.
got to be, right?
Bullard's got to pick Cole Komet or he's got to pick Swift here.
No, yeah.
Otherwise,
So what I
Komet's
think
going,
what I think it is it's what we call a green dog blitz.
Yeah.
If the running back stays in and block, you blitz too. If he goes out, he's got to cover him. That's definitely
Oh,
Quay's
I
guy.
get it. And we're
Yeah,
already
so-
blitzing. Yep.
Yeah, so Quay just said, hell with it. I'm going after the quarterback. You know what? It worked out, but you're right. If he had,
Luckily, we got a bad quarterback on the other side of the
Exactly. Man.
Look at Swift. Did you see the way Swift just went, huh? All
Right.
right.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like I'm so sick of playing with this guy. All right. So this is the one touchdown that Evan Williams gave up all year, right? He gave up one touchdown all year long. It's against George Kittle. So right here's George Kittle, right? Let's watch it. Ball snap. Kittle's going to work inside. Now, look, we're in a spot drop, okay? So Quay's going to pinch him a little bit. Now, look at Evan. Evan, to me, he misreads this. He's got to know he's got help right here. So you got to lag back a little bit. There's no reason for both of you guys to be in the same spot. So he just gets a little bit over his skis. See, that's all the window that Brock Purdy needs. Brock Purdy is a very accurate quarterback.
So that there's one of those examples we were talking about where he looked like a rookie.
Exactly.
Just a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
And again, if it's going to happen, I'm okay with it happening against George Kittle, arguably the best tight end in the league. But again, it wasn't like it was a bad scheme. It was just he got a little too aggressive on that side. Evan did, right? So that's all it was. That was the one touchdown he gave up. So
that's all a part of, like you just said, Clay. Like you got to know your assignment, but you also got to know, your teammate, where he's going to be. Yep.
Yeah. So here we are showing too high shell again. This might be the final play. So he's cheating a little bit. He sees something, right? Now we're going to roll back. So it looks like McKinney is going to play robber and Evan Williams is going to play deep. That's what it's looking like it's setting up for. Yeah. McKinney's so smart, man. Such a good defender. All right, so here's what he's reading, right? Again, Evan Williams, eyes on the quarterback. He's picking this up right here. You see it? That's where his eyes are at. He knows that's the threat. That's Tyreek Hill. Tyreek didn't want none of that.
Nice.
And again, yeah. And it wasn't like wow, Evan made a great play. It's just I want you to focus on how the play unfolds. They're playing robber. He's playing post safety. And look how smooth, side adjustment. There's my guy. Break on the ball. If he catches it, he getting drilled.
You know what's crazy is I think that the safety position nowadays has evolved much with the wide receiver position, where the wide receivers know that they're way more protected, but they still have that glimmer of fear because they know what it's like to watch highlights of like John Lynch and Ed Reed and dudes just absolutely light them up. And like we've seen, Evan Williams seems to have that under control. He goes in there with a controlled chaos and he doesn't lay that kind of I wish we didn't have to have him pull up, but he knows the type of hit that he needs to make on the receiver to just not get a penalty, but to actually impede the route to the point where Tyreek Hill goes, nah, I'm good. Business decision. Not going to do it.
And if this is 1995, Jacob.
Oh, it's over.
They're carting him off. He's getting carted off. No doubt. All right. There it is. That's Evan Williams chalk dog, boys.
I think a good thing that we learned right here is what Coach Lynn just highlighted. He goes, Williams is a guy that does not make the same mistake twice. And I think that's one of the best compliments that you could ever give a rookie, let alone a dude that's in the NFL. Like that. Yeah. That's what I saw in that film.
That's what they talk about when they say, is he coachable, right? Can you show him a mistake on film and can he correct it immediately and never make it again? Yep.
Yeah. All right, boys. We're way over on time. I apologize for getting a little talky there, but man, anytime we get all four of us in here to watch tape, it's a lot of fun, man. It's hard to just watch it through once. So appreciate everybody in the chat. I know it's been on fire tonight. I think we had a super there from my boy Solder. Thank you so much for that, Solder. Clint, armchair quarterback. Thanks for the chalk talk, guys. Hey, thank you, Clint. Thank you for gifting those memberships last night too, buddy. We appreciate you. Solder, like I said with the super chat, thank you, Solder. Again, if you like this type of content and you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. The channel is absolutely blowing up. If you want to support us, you can do it two ways, one of two ways. You can either hit that join tab right down here on YouTube, okay? Or you can do the recommended way. We say join our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. You'll have access to these articles and things that we put together, chalk talks, all that good stuff. I'm going to take that Evan Williams clip and upload it onto that article. That way you guys have got that right there. You can go back and kind of relive those moments as well. So that's it, boys. We're out of here. Emilio, Tim, Jacob, appreciate y'all's time. This was fun. And we'll be back possibly tomorrow. It's the 4th, okay? What we may end up doing is doing a little bit earlier show. I'll let the guys know as soon as I can. But if there's no show tomorrow, hey, don't hold us against it. Don't hold it against us. All right, it's the 4th of July, one of my favorite holidays, man. So, it's just the
Happy birthday, America. Sorry your party sucked.
Amen to that, sir. Amen to that. So as I look over on the TV and go, yeah, there they are. There they are. I've got it on a news station here, and they're all arguing over the big bill. So
no, yeah, you got I know what you got over there, Clayton. The countdown till college football comes out. I know it's just a big clock on your TV right there. Come on now.
Monday, baby. Monday. Larry Cano says, what did Larry say there? Anytime Larry talks, I'll listen, man. This makes it so I can hardly wait for the season to start. Thanks, guys. Have a safe 4th. Yes. Amen to that, Larry. I agree too, man. It's the type of stuff you want to break down this time of year. But everybody keep their digits, please. I
was going to say, don't be Jason Pierre-Paul up in here, all right?
And there's somebody going, I'm not that stupid.
You're the one.
It's
You're
just
the
like
one.
the person that, they say every family's got that weird relative, and they go, mine doesn't. And you go,
You're the one. Hey, also put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
we need that drop. Back it up, Terry. Back it up.
Oh, Lord, Terry.
Yes, Emilio, I'm ready for college football.
Yeah.
I'm fired up, man. So, all right. Thank y'all. Again, check us out on Patreon. Hit that join tab. We'll see y'all tomorrow or Saturday. Everybody be safe. Good Lord, Terry Boss says. This show sucks. We're out of here. Appreciate y'all.
Here we go.
Bye, guys.